let me just say, we as veterans, sometimes we feel a little isolated. We raise our hands, we go downrange, we serve our country, we see things that many humans could not even dream of. That's led to our conviction that the road to wholeness does not start with the clinic and hospital, as important as that is. It starts in community. It starts through telling the stories. It starts through connecting, through cultural experiences and the arts, which anchor us to our shared humanity. And in the words of one young sergeant, who when I first saw Bryan's work, going on the better part of a decade now, when I was still in uniform, and I said, "So, Sarge, what do you think?" And he said, "Ma'am, these stories tell me that I and my buddies were not alone."
Back in 2008, when reading the newspaper and reading stories about veterans returning from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan with some of the signature and visible wounds we now know to be PTSD and moral injury, I saw stories that seemed like they could have been ripped from ancient Greek tragedies by Sophocles and other authors, and I got this idea that if I could simply put ancient Greek drama, ancient Greek war stories in front of audiences that lived the experiences they describe, something powerful and healing would happen. And that was the idea behind Theater Movie.
Listening to like a 23-year-old who's done 4 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, to hear them speak about some of the things that they're going through, speak about their buddies, it made me realize it's the best thing I've ever done.
I am wretched, hated by the gods of men don't know my story. Those who discarded my weak body now laugh silently, while the disease grows stronger each day.
Seeing the reaction of the veterans in the audience, that there was a place for them, that they weren't alone, was the most electric part of theater that I've ever been a part of.
He turned to me and firmly said, "Woman, silence becomes a woman." I've heard him say that before, and I know what it means, so I quit asking questions, and he left without saying a word.
I have a father who was a World War II veteran. I believe suffered post-traumatic stress and never was treated, never had that opportunity. You realize that at the core of all of this is the damage that's happened that, in my experience, only through the arts, only through healing, only through love, people recover.
So you see, I have everything I need here in this cave, except for a cure of my endless affliction.
To be a witness to the conversation, especially the conversation that happens afterwards, and to see how little things change, that the issues that were important thousands of years ago are still what we're struggling with, that human is human is human is human, and to come together as humans and try to help heal each other and ourselves is really powerful and important and should be supported.
That's what I meant. In the dead of night, when the lamps no longer burned, Ajax found his sword and moved for the door.
Naturally, I objected. "Where are you going? No messenger has come calling for help. All of the soldiers are asleep. Please come back to bed."
It feels really useful what you're doing. It feels like you do it and then you hand it over to those people, and then the event really happens when everybody starts talking. That was the amazing thing. And I was interested in the Greek tragedy stuff. And then once I saw how the effect it had on the audiences, I get psyched every time I want to figure it out.
9 miserable years. Son, this is what they have done to me, the Greek generals and Odysseus. I only pray the Olympian gods visit them with proportionate suffering.